Good morning, gang. Good morning, gang. Good morning, the second channel. So thanks to everyone who watched the first video on the second channel. Thanks to everyone who subscribed. I think we're like 500 now, which is great from obviously the first video because it only got like 700 views. So that means like most people who watch the video actually subscribe. So thank you so much. The quicker we get to 1,000 subscribers will be the better, because that means I can get a channel partnership, and then it actually makes, you know, putting videos on this channel even easier and even better for me. So if we can get to 1,000 subs, that'd be absolutely awesome. Today it's a horrible week, innit? Like, it's freezing, it's absolutely horrible. I've actually moved into a new flat and I've not figured out how to work the heating, so it's fucking cold. But today we're actually going down to the unit because I've been wanting to do this on the E30 for so long. I've been wanting to do some things for so long, but obviously, like, when I don't film anything, it's kind of like it never doesn't get priority. And obviously it's not really that good of a video to put on the main channel because nobody likes the E30 for some reason. Every time I put an E30 video up, the views are terrible, and yeah, it's one of them things. We're gonna do something to the E30 which I've been needing to do for so long, but I've been keep putting it off. So everyone seemed to enjoy the the video I did with the 10 favourite cars. People seem to enjoy that. I actually really enjoy doing them because it is nostalgic for me as well, going over all my old cars. I had a comment saying do your top 10 least favourite cars. Now that would be hard. That would be really hard to do, so I think that might be quite a good video because that actually require quite a lot of thinking, because I know what, I'm at the age now where I know what I like and know what I don't like, so I reckon most of the cars will just be from ages ago. And then I feel like I might upset a load of people because they might own that car, it might be in the top 10 least, and I might chat shit about this car and then they might do that. Yeah, I don't know, I can't even think of like 3 cars that I dislike that I've owned, really. So maybe I could probably go with, you know, the top 10 overrated cars I've owned. That might work. Also, having this like second channel has actually sparked a lot of excitement in me again, because I can film the content that I actually want to film. Do you know what I mean? It's actually like really refreshing. YouTube has literally turned into everyone copying my Armstrong, and although I know that it does work, like, you know, Matt Armstrong's format really does work. You can see it with everyone who is evidently really copying Matt Armstrong and they're still doing well. But no offense to them, it works, you know. But it does annoy me that everyone's just trying to be the same person, and I feel like content like this needs to be preserved. Otherwise it's just going to get to the point of literally every single video just being the exact same format, and that's what it's almost getting to, and it is quite annoying to watch. I feel like, you know, you're sacrificing your soul a little bit just copying someone. If I want to go and watch Matt Armstrong, I'd watch Matt Armstrong. So I actually like watching content which is just people being a little bit different, and yeah, it's annoying because that content doesn't work. So what do? Do you sell your soul to the devil, or do you try and be yourself? So this is a good thing for me because I can sell the soul to my devil on the main channel bit, and I can be myself on this channel, which is great. So the 190 is sat like this as well. We're literally just about to finish off a really long, probably like a 1 hour, it's going to be an hour long video, easy, on the 190. So she's just sat like this because she has actually gone to get her wheels done. She's actually gone to get her wheels done at Alloy Fix. That's one of the things we're actually doing. We've got the wheels refurbed by Alloy Fix. I can't wait to put them on. And that's actually going to be for sale once I've finished I just need to do couple little jobs from the MOT. Oh, there's a little Robin there. Hello. Let's go. Couple little jobs on the MOT. I'm not going to do all of them because obviously, like, it's going to take me, like, some of them are big jobs and they're just advisories, so if someone else wants to do it, they can. But I'm going to do the things that ideally need doing, so like the brake lines and stuff. Just need to run a few highlights, so we're going to do them once the wheels are back. It's actually having a full detail tomorrow. Someone's coming down tomorrow and doing a full colour correction on it as well, so it's going to look fucking awesome. And then it's going to be up for sale. So let's go and crack on with the E30 because we need to get this done. We've got the E30 here, and the issue with the E30 is it's got 9 degrees of Castor, which is absolutely outrageously too much Castor. Now what Castor is basically the angle of the shock in relation to the wheel. So basically what that's doing is where it's pushing down on the wheel. So we're going to get the front wheel off and I'll show you exactly what's going on and hopefully how we're going to fix it. Now this has always been an idea, but I've never really wanted to do it. But since we've actually chopped the rear end apart and it's been successful, I'm thinking I'm going to give this a go myself. But I need to get the wheel off and just kind of see where we need to cut and drill. Right, let us whip this bumper off, which, because drift car life, is easy, just 2 cable ties, wash. So I've just took this front wheel off. You can see the tyre's been rubbing somewhere. God, look how much, I must have been getting some heat in there. Look at all this. Oh shit. But you can see where it's been hitting. You can see it's been touching here, and it's obviously been touching here. Now this was already a little bit metally because the old wheels were rubbing, and I forgot to kind of paint it back up again. But we're gonna just knock this in with a bit of a hammer. Best thing about drift cars, a little bit of underseal. So you can see the angle of the shock. That is a crazy amount of angle. So what's happening is there is that all the weight of the car is pushing over the front wheel, and it's wanting to push it this way. And that just means it rotates so fast. And the car just rotates so quick like this because there's so much weight going on the front wheel. It's just trying to bite and trying to grip, and it's just... So we need to remove some of that caster. It's about 9 degrees now. We kind of want it like 6, 5. That would be a good amount. Because we do want it to rotate pretty snappy, but right now it's just rotating way too quick. Now you can kind of overpower that when it's dry with the throttle. If you're on throttle, you can kind of slow that rotation down. But when it's wet, or when it's icy, or when it's slippy, the car's almost undriveable, and it's just way too snappy. So we have to remove some of this caster. Now I did get these things here. Now these things will push the arm out and pull this side back. And it has helped a little bit, but it's nowhere near enough. So we've got to get drastic. I think the only thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to cut our own bolts in the strut tower and move the whole thing forward. Now, if we move that over here, the strut is gonna come like this, and it's gonna remove a lot of that caster. Now, looking at the strut tower here, these two will be fine. I can move this one over straight, move this one over straight. This little bump might be a bit of a pain, but I can just knock that flat. We can put a hole in here. So we need to move it straight this way. We don't want to come more forward because it's going to remove camber and ruin all that. We literally just want to go straight. This one might be a bit of an issue because obviously we can't go further over here. It's not going to... This is the only issue. And this is why it potentially makes it annoying.
I can say hello to the video.
This is Huey, the drift god.
Something like that.
He thinks he is. Just to be honest, if you ever want a car... Well, sorry, I'll rephrase it. If you ever want a nice ornament, Hugh is the man to talk to.
Not gonna lie, it lags so much that I have no idea what you just did.
Okay, pray for me because I'm gonna drill the strut tower out. So pray for me.
Okay, good luck. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Fuck it, I'm a master welder, mate. Have you seen my rear arms? Master welder. What's he laughing at? What are you laughing at? Took off the top mount. Spoke to Huey because Huey's pretty good at this kind of stuff. We can't move the whole thing over because of this. But what we can do and what we can try is I've got 2-way adjustable mounts here. So how it would sit in the car originally would be like this. This controls the camber and this controls the caster. What we can do is, or we can try and flip this around. Therefore we've got this controlling the caster, so we've got way more adjustment. So we can bring this all the way over here, and then this will control the camber. And all we'll have to do then is drill out 2 holes. You can see which way it marks. Probably works better that way. So we've got a hole there already. Put a hole there and put a hole there. And then we might potentially just have to notch this bit out if we have that much caster that the nut's going to be sitting here and we won't be able to. Obviously it's not going to go in, but it might just sit underneath there, which might not be the problem. So I'm going to put this on full caster this way, and let's just see if it's going to work. Right, so we now know where everything's going to be. We're going to reuse this hole, and we want to drill the other holes perfectly in the middle so we have the same adjustment either side. So we've got the holes drilled and they line up really good, these two. The only problem is I'm not going to be able to get a nut on that because of this lip. So I'm just going to cut this lip, bit of a grinder here, and then just bend that lip down, and that way we can get a washer on there and a nut. I'm going to try and keep as much as I can because this is structural, but again I'm not going to get a nut on there as that sits. So I'm going to chop this there, then flat that bit of metal down. So with that like that, the washer can now sit on and the nut can go on and I can tighten it as well. Okay, so it has been a bit of a faff trying to get it right, but I'm pretty sure I've got it. You see where it's sitting a lot further forward now. And we could actually take a little bit of camber out as well, because we did have Roz running a little bit too much camber. It was running like 6 degrees of camber or something like that, probably even, yeah, I think it was about 6. And really want to be at like 4 or 5. So, it's a bit of a pain because obviously we've moved the bolt hole, so it's a bit of a pain to slide over. It is a bit difficult, but I'm pretty happy with how that's sitting. And I just hope it's took out a lot of that Castor. So what we've got to do now is do the same to the other fucking side, but it should be a lot quicker because we know what we're doing, hopefully. And this is what it looks like. So if you remember before, it was right in the middle. So I've actually added a few degrees if you took a few degrees off. So if my maths is right, that should be around 6 degrees of camber now, which is okay, 7.6, which is a lot better than 9. It was actually 9.5. So that side's like that. That side's the same as well. We're probably gonna have to get it on the alignment ramp and maybe just fuck around with the camber a little bit, because it might be a little bit different. I'd be amazed if it's the same. And the Castor might be a little bit different as well. Now it's a bit of a pain to adjust the Castor because obviously I'm gonna have to drop this and then it's gonna just, and then move it. It's gonna be a pain to adjust the Castor and the camber. So I'm hoping that they're gonna be pretty much similar, the Castor. We can change the camber, so all we've got to do is just loosen these bolts off and just slide it left and right. So that'll be easy to do when it's on the alignment ramp, but to actually change the Castor when it's on the alignment ramp is gonna be impossible. So I'm praying that it's gonna be somewhat close. I'm just literally taking these side skirt bolts keep coming off, so I'm actually just putting a washer on all of them just so it doesn't, it's nice and sturdy, because these were flapping around like they've got no business. Now that that's done, we need to do something else. So obviously down here, this is a bit of a hazard. It looks terrible and this is sharp. Now originally I just had it down there because I was just obviously in the testing phase. I wanted to make sure everything was working. If there's a problem I could just lift it up and fix it. Well, now it is all good and working, so we need to get rid of this because this is sharp as shit, and people, if anybody cuts their hands, it's not going to be ideal. So we need to cut this off, and we need to make some kind of an aluminium plate. It doesn't have to be amazing, but I want it to sit down over the gear knob and basically just cover up this hole so nothing can fly through the car, and I can get rid of this. So we're going to run it along the side, down the gearbox here. I'm not sure, probably just get 2 rivet nuts here, 2 rivet nuts at the top. Again, it doesn't have to be absolutely mega perfect, but it needs to be a lot better than this. So let's get a tape measure and just see what kind of sheet we need to cut of alley. We'll do about 20 across. Probably go with 50 because we're going to raise it some bit. So 50 by 20, let's get that cut. So I did try to use a hole saw, but a hole saw is one of those tools which doesn't work unless I'm buying the wrong hole saws. Every time I've used one, they don't work. So I'm just going to pick up a tool that does work and just cut it with a grinder instead. Because I am going to buy like a universal gear lever to put over it, so you're not even going to see the hole. Now when it's like this, we kind of want to, we're going to follow the edge of the seat. We need to cut a bit off, so we're going to come down here, around the seat. Like that. So let's try and follow that line. So I've just shaped it as best as I can around the gearbox tunnel and around the seats, and we're literally just going to bolt it down with a couple of riv nuts. Again, it's not the most prettiest, amazing thing. Doesn't look like a top engineer's done it, but it works. It looks a lot better. It is safer, and we are covering that hole. I'm just going to wait for my little universal gear lever thing to pop up, and then we're going to put that down and bolt it to that or whatever. But that is a lot better, and it looks a lot cleaner. So, yes, great success. So I can't actually align it at the minute because there's tons of cars in the way of the alignment ramp. But there's a big drift day in Teesside in December, and it's all the drift taxi people and we basically got the track to ourselves of like 10, 15 drivers. And I really want to do it, but it's just so far. Like when I've got to account in the hotel, the fuel, everything, you know, it comes like 800 quid just to go and do a drift day, which is a lot of money. But I really want to do it because it's with the drift taxi guys, and obviously we'll go out after as well to get some food around there. So I really want to do it, but I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna see how the rally goes. So we've got a rally in a few weeks for True Rally, and we're literally going to all around Scotland. So I'm super excited for that. So we'll see how the X5 does and everything. And well, what do you mean? The X5, she's fucking solid, mate. What do you mean? I love these new wheels. I'm so happy we've changed that Castor. I'm really excited to try the X3 to see what it actually is. Hopefully it's 7 or less. But I've got to go out now, guys. I'm going out this evening. So I don't know there's actually much more to do on the E30. A little update on this, on the Megane. I found a couple of people who are selling literally a full front end. I can get a full front end for like 250 quid. So it's absolute bargain. So that'll be bonnet, bumper, headlights, and that wing, 250 quid. And then literally, the most annoying thing is that we've not got a logbook for it. So I'm going to have to fucking order a logbook, and that might take fucking, hopefully it don't take too long, because obviously we want to flip this. I'm sure someone might potentially buy it without the logbook, but I don't know. I'm going to order it in my name, and then obviously at least it looks a little bit less dodgy when I say I'm just waiting for a logbook to come back. So we'll probably end up doing that. Can't be asked starting because I'm absolutely knackered and I'm starving. But thanks for watching the second channel, guys. Please subscribe. We're going to do more videos. There are going to be a lot more videos coming up on this channel because I actually massively enjoy doing videos like this. So I love you all, and we shall see you in the next one.